What fairy tale did you tell them to make them trust you? Does it look like they trust?
Before the MCU, before Hugh Jackman put on the claws, before superhero movies made $1 billion, there was this, a Saturday morning cartoon with no business being this deep, this intense, or this unforgettable. Welcome back to 5-Min Rewind, the show that time travels through your childhood, one cartoon at a time. And today, we're dialing up the danger room and diving into X-Men, the animated series, the 1992 classic that turned a team of comic book outsiders into household names. Let's rewind to 92. Cartoons were mostly goofy, colorful, and built to sell cereal. And then X-Men dropped with a theme song that slapped harder than anything on TV, and an opening sequence that made you feel like you were watching the Avengers before the Avengers existed. No jokes, just drama. The show didn't talk down to kids. It hit you with real stakes, complex characters, and themes way beyond good versus evil. It tackled racism, prejudice, identity, and loss, and still managed to squeeze in mutant laser fights. It was smart, stylish, and occasionally devastating. The core team, iconic. You had Cyclops, the rule-following leader with laser eyes. Wolverine, the scrappy wild card who was all claws and one-liners. Storm, literal goddess-level power and poise. Jean Grey, telepath and heart of the team. Beast, blue and bookish. Rogue, super strength and sass. Gambit, kinetic charm, and Jubilee, your entry point teen with fireworks and attitude. And the voices, legendary. Cathal J. Dodd as Wolverine. That growl is still etched into your memory. Norm Spencer as Cyclops. Lenore Zann absolutely was Rogue. Her sugar and southern drawl are burned into 90s nostalgia. The voice cast didn't feel like cartoons. They felt like drama actors who just happened to be animated. The animation was bold and serious. Sharp lines, dark shadows, saturated tones. It looked like a comic book came to life. Not kiddified, not watered down. It had weight. Let's pause and rewind a few top moments. The Phoenix Saga arc that somehow crammed cosmic war, sacrifice, and emotional breakdowns into a kid's show. The Days of Future Past storyline. Yep, the same one the movies adapted, with time travel, sentinels, and dystopia. Or when Morph died in the first episode, came back brainwashed and messed with Wolverine's heart. Then there's Magneto, not just a villain, a tragic freedom fighter shaped by trauma. The show actually gave him nuance. Same with Rogue's backstory or Beast's struggle to be respected despite his intelligence. Even the love triangle between Jean, Scott, and Logan had layers. And the show wasn't afraid of continuity. This wasn't reset every episode territory. Plots carried over, growth happened. By the time you reached the final season, you felt like you'd been on a journey, not just watching heroes punch things. Behind the scenes, it was a miracle it got made. Marvel was in financial chaos, animation was rushed, and yet the team, led by showrunner Eric Lowald, managed to push through every barrier. And somehow they created a series that treated kids like they were smart enough to handle it. The legacy? Massive! The show kept X-Men alive through the 90s and directly inspired the 2000s movie boom. Without this cartoon, you probably don't get Hugh Jackman, Deadpool, or the modern Marvel Universe. Yeah, it mattered that much. The show ran from 1992 to 1997, 5 seasons, 76 episodes, and more character development than most live-action dramas. And now, it's back. X-Men 97, the official sequel series, is continuing the story, with the same look, same tone, and fan energy at full blast. So if you ever shouted "snicked" for no reason, crushed on Rogue, or teared up during the Phoenix finale, this one's for you. Hit like if that intro music still gives you chills. Drop a comment if we should rewind Spider-Man, the animated series next, or finally dive into Batman Beyond. This has been 5-Minute Rewind. Stay mutant, stay misunderstood. And remember, sometimes being different is your greatest power.